14.
Yeah, we'll see what Ontara is going to bring into it, as now Ever8 have to round out this composition. Ella has his own pick to grab as they're looking for that Kalista Cannon combo. Please pardon the alliteration, theoretically, as Wolf to find that pick for Ontara to put towards the top side of the map, unless they want to go top cow. But Maokai makes a heck of a lot of sense, and looks like SKT are feeling out 7.14 a lot more based on the meta than we would have expected of 7.13 SKT.
It's a very old style of drop, but it's a very straightforward engage comp from SKT. It may not be full tank meta, but there's so much lockdown, so you see so many reliable ball carriers. They also have early game explosion if Peanut gets ahead, because if Peanut gets ahead and can gank the bot lane, with their flashes up, Cannon and Kalista will be merciless in harassing down the Alistar. But if they're ganked early and the snowball can begin, you can get the Tristana out of lane. So many options there for SKT. You gotta say that Jax potentially can run away with the top lane, other things being equal. But SK Telecom, if they take over the map, Jax's ability to split push in the face of Maokai will not be as relevant if Maokai's turret diving with the command protect on top of him.
Yeah, and we're also going to get a demonstration as to why we're calling it the tank meta at the moment if SKT are able to get themselves into that advantageous position, because Ever8 winners have ignored that idea completely, even picking up a squishy, basically damage-dealing support in the cannon there as well. So there's absolutely no frontline here for these guys unless Jax is going to build full tank.
Strong laning matchups though, so snowball to a great degree for the side of Ever8, but if the snowball doesn't happen, SK Telecom have a lot of options, Atlas.
Oh hell yeah, and we'll see whether they can cancel out that losing streak. Definitely don't want to let that one get to double-digit game score, as SKT looking to try and pick themselves up against Ever8.
To play a tank comp as Elise is in a great spot here, waiting for a potential Alistar initiation.
Yeah.
Both lanes have got action.
Yes, Malrong's going to move himself in, but there's the dive, and First Blood goes down. Peanut somehow misses that cocoon. Looked like it went through Jewel, but we popped down there as that cocoon was in the air, so it might have been a little bit of a spectator standing where their lanes are at in order to get that one safely.
Good to rush from Keen, so respecting the potential for the full lockdown. And speaking of lockdown,
yeah, in goes Peanut. He's looking for Jewel, who didn't have flash, and that is going to be an easy pickup for Bang, evening out that kill score and also giving that Tristana a lead in the early game. Nice work from SKT.
Yeah, really nice lane gank coming through from Peanut. Tried ganking down the river earlier, not able to find any value this time.
Peanut has to use the repel, gets himself over the side as Faker turns up very quickly. Gets himself out of the way. There's the flash from Ella, though, looking for it. Stun goes down, but Malrong had already disengaged. Two-man shockwave, but Scepted was able to get that kill, and Ella is able to get out with the Fate's Call. Oh, no. A little bit unfortunate as SKT have got themselves round the side, and now the slow kitties make their way forward, and Malrong, the one caught out. Man behind enemy lines is Scepted as he does make it at least further away, and Malrong should be able to get that leap. The teleport coming in from Keen was definitely a good one. Blast Cone gets him away. It's going to be a 2-for-2 trade in the end.
Yeah, kind of amazing that it only ended up being a 2-for-2. The moment that SKT caught Duel in transition and basically killed the Kalista for free, you thought it was going to be an SKT cleanup, but the cleanup never came. Ever8 could have got a bigger lead there. They had kind of left Duel to suffer. But a bit of an over-engage by the bot lane is what caused them to be slowed down a bit. You saw the burst damage from Malrong doing insane damage, so we wasn't sure if the vision zone caught them. The answer was no. He was able to get through unseen. And when you include the buffed damage to isolated targets, holy crap. Boom. It is 70% of the HP of Peanut gone instantly. Malrong actually predicts wrong. Thinks that the Elise will go over the wall earlier. Scepted able to take down one. See, at this point, it's good for Ever8, but Duel dies just walking from bot lane. Second, not grouped with his cannon. Ella able to run away. Bang was able to clear him on the back end, so it was just a 2-for-2, which, given
just
how it was
amazing,
kind of,
right?
It was a bit of a seesaw both ways. At the start, like, Everett's going to clean up, and by the end, you thought it would be SKT. Ends up shooting both, as here's Malrong again.
Yep, there's the stun. Oh my god. No shockwave allowed to come out because he was just dead.
I mean, Malrong and earlier this week, Haru yesterday showing the value of a very early Duskblade of Drakthar. The Rengar yesterday, today.
In that mid lane.
Deep teleport from Maokai. Okay, trying to exploit the difference in top laners.
Yeah, Fate's Call does come in. He's just going to try and get Ella out of the way. He's just going to look to stop this Maokai from getting anything done. Good dodge of the Cocoon, but he has to use the heal. Flash is being held on to. Actually, no, didn't have it up. Unfortunately, not quite there, and it didn't even matter because Faker was able to get there and stop that one. But look at this. Everate just say, well, screw it. We'll take all of your turrets.
You're going to take a top lane turret for sure. So much damage.
2 turrets in the mid lane and a top lane outer. Jeez.
That was so much pushing power just because the Kha'Zix has so much AD early. They're even looking to contest the Mountain. It's just Peanut. He might just die.
Yeah, Marong should be able to just slaughter him right now. There's the flash into a Cocoon, though, unfortunately. That timing was extraordinarily close. Oh, Shockwave, so close. Thankfully, the ultimate was there from Marong to give him that slight extra boost of speed. Keen? He wasn't keen for that one. This gets taken down, but SKT, they do clean up, but there was a lot of mess being created. Okay, Faker going toe-to-toe, and that's going to be an easy one. The health bar was not there for Marong.
He didn't have any vision, so jumping over just died because Faker had stayed.
What this matchup looks like.
Scepted's off the map, and Untara's been caught by players like this before. Trying to catch Untara.
Oh my goodness, Scepted gonna be able to get the stun there as they're looking for the dive. Really good twisted advance, but it should be another auto attack. Leap Strike is going to do it. Bang wants the kill and he gets it as well. Feel like it could have been Keen trying to deny himself there, but wasn't to happen as Malrung looking for Wolf, but Peanut just catches him out of the air. Can move himself over, knew exactly well, just to get Ella out to safety. Scepted has the Banshee's Veil, so he's not going to get rooted down. And they still have this turret. That's going to be the Callista turned on immediately as Keen has to flash his way out. There's the Shockwave, not doing enough work.
Double flash from Everate to get out of it. They're chasing though, Bang.
Yeah, the flash from Bang. Ella's just going to get taken down, ignoring the turrets. You're not a tank in the tank meta, Bang. But he's just going to ignore that fact and take him down underneath 2 turrets.
That's smart decision-making from SKT. They forced Everate into a bad scenario. They were slow to make the decision, Everate. Came in late to contest the Baron, and then peeling off with a team like SKT's with ball carriers and guaranteed point-and-click CC. Gave Everate no opportunities. 2 taken down, and they're going to break the base in 1 push.
Yep, should easily do it. Bang just has so much damage now. Quietly 6-0 and 2. On this Tristana that's pretty much been ignored for this entire game. And SKT, that's going to be about a 6,000 gold swing. They'll go back to base and spend all of that on some fancy new items.
And you weren't feeling the power of the SKT comp until a scenario like this, where for the first time in the game, Everate was forced to react to SKT's plays as SKT was watching a Jack split push, as they were watching the team poke around. Duel does not have flash. They know that, they call it, the initiation comes true, and all the split pushes in the world don't matter from the side of Everate when you just barrel down mid with this strong front line, with the reliable CC and burst. Everate have to respect God.
Actually, no, it's just one up. Never mind.
Super minions slowly pushing in top. They're not going to be relevant, but in the mid lane, big minion wave pushing up as well, and Untara and Wolf can both shrug off the turret for a couple of seconds as Tristana gets a full explosive charge through.
Yeah. You can imagine that SKT will probably just lead this minion wave towards the turret. Wolf going to head his way in there as well, so it's going to be the last inhibitor falling down. SKT just looking like a brick wall that Everate cannot get over. And there's the flash headbutt entrance. Ball carrying situation. The big cow able to do it. And that's going to be an obliterated Scepted. Finally, the Shockwave is actually going to connect, and Everate just relegated to the fountain. Absolutely nothing they can do against this SKT composition, and they will counteract the 9-game losing streak. No longer have SKT got themselves in this situation. They can now move forward, and we'll see whether it's going to be a 2-0 or not, as they'll take down the Nexus for the first time since Rift Rivals.
Let it be known that no team can inflict 10 consecutive losses onto SK Telecom T1. Not a moment too late in the eyes of their fans, or even in terms of their standings position. That went from being ironclad top 2 to suddenly being an outside chance of falling out. The outside chance seems to have gone. The opposition got more straightforward, but in the patch change, you had to like a lot of SKT's draft. You had to feel like a tipping point would come, especially against a team like Everate, who have mismanaged bigger advantages than they had in this game. And the moment that Baron was traded by an Infernal Drake, which was kind of ironic given that's what the side of Everate tried to do during the previous Drake, SKT land the Baron, turn onto the no-flash Kalista. All their calls from that point make a lot of sense and return to the SKT smart decision-making that we remember from just about 6 weeks ago.
Yeah, it's exactly what this team was known for, and unfortunately, Ever8 winners fell into the trap of going for that early game power. It's like, yes, we can get the early lead and then just snowball it and take down SKT that a lot of people have fallen into